All right, we are live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris, and this is my channel, We Love Comics. And before I do this unboxing video, first thing I want to do is thank all of the people that have left those very supportive and amazing comments. These are pretty much all of my regulars that did it, and there were a couple others that may have not been around for a while or whatever, for whatever reason. Nothing but love and support, which was pleasantly surprising considering how the live chat was going near the end. So I just wanted to say thank you to all the people. I haven't responded to everybody's comments yet, but I promise you I will. And I found it funny that that video I did yesterday was the most watched video that I've done in probably 2 years. So I guess people like non-comic videos, and I'm saying that kind of facetiously, but I wanted to say thank you. I really appreciate the kindness and support. The comment that was left by that one person that day definitely took me for a loop, but like I say, all things happen for a reason, and in the grand scheme of things, I'm very grateful it happened, because if anything I said in that video because of that scenario helped somebody else to maybe have a different perspective, then it was worth it. So I just wanted to make sure I thank you guys. So I see a bunch of people are in. I have what I consider the steal of the year. I'm going to be doing the unboxing in a second. But I also want to let people know I'm doing another video tomorrow. A random act of kindness of somebody that ordered from me in one of my recent auctions. They actually, I wanted to do an unboxing, but I didn't realize it because they were asking me if I got the money order in the mail. So when I checked the mailbox earlier, there wasn't anything there, but the post office person wasn't there yet. They delivered it to my door, and it was a Gemini mailer, so I just assumed that either one, it was a comic from something that I ordered from eBay, which I checked and it wasn't, but I thought, well, maybe they just put it in a Gemini mailer to kind of keep anybody from knowing that there's a money order in the package. So I opened it up, and they actually added a bunch of comics, which I thought was really nice. So I'm going to do a separate video tomorrow for that. I want it to be specifically for the person, and I'll just say their name is Kim, and I'm very grateful and pleasantly surprised. I'm posting the link. I got this link because people have been asking. I put it in the live chat, but it's also now going to be in the description of my video, because as you could see, the AI art that I did, I've had a lot of people ask me where I do my AI art. It's a place called Night Cafe. So I put a link in the live chat and also in the description of this and every video from now on. So if you ever want to check out my work or join it yourself, you can click on the link. It'll take you right there. Obviously, you can trust the link from me. It's not going to take you anywhere other than the places that I say it will. So if you're looking to make AI art, and there are paid services, but there's also free. And every time, especially in the beginning, they'll give you free credits when you post your first picture, when you thumb up somebody's other picture, etc., etc. You could look for me as under We Love Comics if you want to see all of the different artwork I've done over the past year and a half. But like I said, people kept asking me, so I wanted to post a link so you can join. Also, if you join, I get a couple of free credits. So I'm not making money on it or anything, but I'll get free credits for my drawings, for the artwork, for the thumbnails that you see. So full disclosure, I'm not making any money off of it or anything like that. So that's that. So if you want to join it, please do. And if you ever come across my channel, and I have it, We Love Comics on Night Cafe, if you want to post a comment on one of my pictures, say hello and you came from my YouTube channel, it'd be nice to have a couple of you guys out there. So with that being said, if you look on the bottom of the AI art, which by the way, I'd always love to hear your comments of what you think. Keep in mind, I'm no artist. I'm basically just, typing in some words and a computer does all the work. But you could see a bunch of different comics that I'm looking to acquire. People have asked me, why don't I sell my comics and just buy the comics I'm looking for, which I could do. But, like I said to Mighty Comics and Collectibles the other day on his channel, which I'm subscribed to him, so go check out his channel. I definitely recommend him. You don't pay taxes when you sell stuff. Trades, you can do it where, you know, if two parties agree and it's a fair, equal amount in each person's eyes, you're not spending any additional money on either side. You're not paying taxes, you know, when you sell it. You're not paying taxes when you buy something at the year end, when you have to do, you know, your taxes. So that's why I want to do that. So, I mean, technically I could sell a bunch of books and buy every single one of these comics, but I'd rather do it via trade. So if you know anybody out there that has any of those books, maybe an extra copy of AF-15, hey, you never know, please have them contact me. Have them watch the video I did back in November of last year of about 30 to 35 comics, all graded by me. I think 98% of them, if not all of them, were all books graded by me. And let's get a trade happening. Contact me at peacefulfeelings@yahoo.com. So let me put on the video camera. I want to show you guys that deals are out there. So here's the box. It's a Gemini mailer. But we're going to unbox it, and as usual, unlike many YouTube channels out there, I will actually tell you the price I paid for it, which will actually also include the shipping and handling and any taxes. So this, if you watch the video I did in its entirety the other day, you'll actually know not only what comic this is, but the price I paid for it. So this isn't a comic I bought years ago. It's not some no-name comic that no one knows, and it's actually going to be even more relevant and good enough. They actually added the receipt. So let me just take off their address and my address so I can actually prove to people that I paid the price that I'm going to mention, because without that, pretty much no one's going to believe it. So this is a Silver Age first appearance. It is a lower grade, but say it with me, ladies and gentlemen. Low grade is better than no grade. It has some writing on the cover, which is minuscule. And I think they said the first 1 or 2 pages, and there's a little rip in a couple of the pages, like about a ½ an inch long. You ever see on the bottom of a comic where there's a couple of little rips? I think that might be a manufacturing thing. But even with all of that, I don't care. The price I got this for was it was not even a best offer, because even if it had a best offer, I wasn't going to take the chance of missing out on this. Okay, so this book is exactly what they said it was, so it's not a scam. Thank goodness for that. Person's a dog owner. The people, I'd love to know, to the dog owners out there, because as you guys know, I'm a cat person. I don't hate dogs, I just prefer cats. When people mail comics, when people own dogs, do they have the dogs, like, lick the comics before they send them out? Because anytime I open up a package from somebody that owns a dog, if you know what wet dog smells like, that's the odor that comes out as soon as I open the packages. It's a little surprising. Okay. Very happy with this book. It looks even better than what I thought. And like I said, the minuscule writing on it, it's literally about this much writing, and they said maybe 1 or 2 pages have it. So this is probably about between a 2. Actually, I'll say 2.5 to 3.5. It might be higher than that, but obviously I have to check more than the cover. So if you want to take a guess in the live chat or in the comments section, please do. And then before I give the price, I'm going to see what you would have paid for this book. And then I'm going to tell you what I paid for it. If you're not one of my power viewers and did not watch my video in entirety the other day. We all got Who Dat Comics and Movies. He changed his name. He's also in the live chat. Another person I'm subscribed to. But let's say you hi to everybody else. We got Comics Corner is in the live chat. We've got GT Key Comic. He is here every time. He's one of my moderators. Captain Crunch, same thing. See him all the time. Welcome. Tom Pun 13. Your name does not look familiar, but I am very happy you are here. Welcome. He says, hi, Chris. How you doing today? I am definitely doing well. And with all the love I got from people out there, just blows me away that it restores my faith that, you know, there are good people out there. And that's why I worry about the minimal amount of people that are kind than the maximum amount of people that could be rude. Because you could date 5,000 people in your life and they don't work out. Then you meet the one and you spend the rest of your life with them. And that one person will outshine the 5,000 any day. All right, so let's get into this. If you want to guess what you think the Silver Age Key comic is, if you're not watching it live, well, first of all, you must have a time machine because right now it is live. But you could pause it and you could make a comment on it. But let's just show the book. So the book I got, Fantastic Four, number 52, which you can see, by the way, just got one back from my 4 PGX books. If you haven't seen that video, please watch it. So here is the writing. I'm not trying to close in on his crotch, but you can see somebody wrote their name. It's not signed. Somebody wrote their name. That, to me, is not a big deal. Let's open it up and see what they said the damage was, because they said it was complete. There is some rusty staples. There is a little bit of about a 1-inch tear in the back. There's a lot of creases here, but like I said, in a lower grade, that's not going to matter. The pages look, I would say cream to off-white. All right, so there's a name on the first page, and that's it. So on the top, so it's just the name on the cover, which looks like the same person. So if there's a Phil Kinkman or Kingman, I'm not sure, it's hard to read, but if there's a Phil Kinkman or Kinchman or a Phil K out there, if you ever own that book, please message me. I thought that would be cool. So this is a complete book. It does have some rusty staples. Considering the fact that it's complete, the centerfold is attached, the cover is attached, I'm thinking this is probably between a 3 and a 4. Because they're not really going to kill you with that little bit of writing. So let me ask you. Let's assume this is a 3. Let's go on the low end. What would you have paid for this book? So, of course, this is Fantastic Four, number 52. This is the first appearance of Black Panther, which, by the way, they just announced that Black Panther 3 is not going to be using the version of Black Panther in Black Panther 2. They're actually going to use the son of T'Challa. So they're going to go with what the character originally was, and that's going to create a lot of buzz in the comic book community and the people who love accuracy in the movies. That's a big deal, especially since it seems like maybe Disney is starting to learn that if they want to make money, they should be doing what the people want instead of what the DEI morons want. So let me ask you out there, whether you're in the live chat or you're watching this later on, what would you have paid for this book? A complete first appearance of the Black Panther, Silver Age Key, complete with about, let's just assume it's a 3.0 grade. What would you have paid for this? So I'm going to give you a minute to post if you would like. Patrick Mel says 2.5 to 3.5. He said he'd pay between $3 and $350. 400 too high. So if anybody else wants to comment, which is a fair price for a book in that range for this key. All right. So I see no one else is commenting, and I don't want to spend a half hour because this isn't an auction or anything like that. With shipping and handling. Comics Corner said they'd pay up to $350 for this. This was a just listed, buy it now. They had an auction ability. So if one person would have placed an auction, I wouldn't have been able to buy it now. Because if you have, let's say, $200 starting bid, $250 buy it now. If somebody placed $200, that buy it now option is now gone. This had, now keep in mind, I always tell people, I look at newly listed books, buy it now option only. Okay, because an auction doesn't help me. This had an auction starting price of $24.95. So just imagine how quickly I had to find that book before somebody said, I'm going to bid $24.95 for this book. Now, obviously, I didn't pay $24.95, but with a just listed book, if this would have been there for 2 minutes, I would have not had the buy it now option. So when I saw the buy it now option, I bought it instantly. With shipping and handling, ladies and gentlemen, I spent a grand total of $79.66. And to show you the proof, they included a receipt. So there is the listing of the book. They had it listed, buy it now, for $69. So with tax and shipping, I just got Fantastic Four number 52, first appearance of Black Panther, for $79.66 after all is said and done with shipping, handling, and eBay taxes. There was no way I was going to place a bid for $24.95 because this book, like people were saying, even Mighty Comics and Collectibles said that he would only pay $200. I guarantee you if it had listed for $200, there would have been 20 people that were going to try and grab it for that price. Because my 3.0, I paid $242 for this 3.0. Now, obviously, it wasn't graded. I had to get it graded. So I got a good deal on this book at $242, came back a 3.0. This book is probably going to be either a 2.5 or a 3.0. So even at 2.5, even at 1.0, even at 0.5, I am going to make money on this book. So I want to show people deals are always out there. Steals are always out there, but you gotta be quick. If anybody saw that book, and by the way, I took a moment, because when I saw the price, I'm like, this person's either scamming, or it's maybe a reprint. So I literally took about 30 seconds to check. This person had 100% rating with multiple sales. So this wasn't a scammer. You never know. That doesn't guarantee just because a person has 100% rating with multiple sales doesn't mean one day they can't decide, I want to just not care anymore. So that was a possibility. But with eBay's protection program, if they tried to scam me, I'd get my money back. So I really didn't have anything to lose. As soon as I saw that that person had multiple sales with 100% rating, bought it right there on the spot. They mailed it out the next day because this was around 1 o'clock in the morning. They messaged me and they mailed it out the next morning. So $79, what was it? $79.66 for between a 2.5 and a 3.5 Fantastic Four number 52. The only major problem, if you want to call it that, is some kid wrote their name on it and they did the same thing on the very top. So it's not like it's like pages of it and everything. There's a little 1-inch tear on the back and there's like a bunch of creases. There's a lot of color breaking along the spine and there is some rusty staples. So it's probably either going to be a 2.5 to a 3.0. But like I said, even if this was a 1.0, I can easily double and triple my money. So I want to emphasize to people, change your mindset of the negativity that, oh, I can't get this, or oh, it's too expensive, or oh, I'll never find a deal. How many of my videos have you seen, if you watch my channel over the years, where I've gotten deal after deal on books that are not a $5 book? that are currently going to be involved in movies that have key issue desirability, and they're on their way up, not their way down. If you want to have a life of I can't, I won't, there's no way, if you want to be negative, you're going to get what you give. The energy you put out is the energy you're going to get back. You have to have confidence, but you also have to do the work. I am at the point now where I could literally, when I feel it, not like I could just randomly do it any time, but when I'm feeling it that I need to go on eBay to check what's best, what's just being listed, within 5 seconds, I'll find a steal. And that one came up, literally, like I said, it had a starting bid of $24.95. Buy it now at $69. You don't think if that book would have been on there for more than a minute, that somebody would have, at the very least, put the bidding at $24.95? A smart person like me would have bought it right away. So I found it the instant it came online. So if you want to think all of these times are just coincidence or luck, by all means, please think that way. I'm trying to tell people to change your mindset, and you'd be amazed at how many times that you will find steals. That, to me, is a steal for a book that is current, that is hot, that is going to have another movie, and they're going to go change what the second movie did to devalue that comic, and it's going to be on the rise. So get rid of the mindset of wishful thinking or luck or coincidence or blah, blah, blah. I mean, if you want to have that mindset, by all means, please do. I'll continue to try and re-educate people to think differently, that deals are always out there. And as you can see, this is not a UK variant or anything, as you could see with the 12 cents. So $79.66, which includes shipping and handling and includes the eBay taxes. It was a buy it now for $69. If I would have waited more than 30 seconds, somebody else would have nabbed it. So you got to put in the effort. Captain Crunch says, Chris, did you use your usual technique of general essay comic search? No, what I do, this is my technique, because I never look for a specific comic. Under the search engine on eBay, I type in the word comic or comics. Then I put the price range, because what's the sense of looking for a $1 comic, because you're not going to find that as $1, but then again, no one would have thought you could find it for $69. That's what she said. I put a price range starting at like $50, and I cap it around $2,000, because you never know. Somebody might be listing a book for $2,000 and might take $800 for it. I've had it happen. So I put a larger range, and I put it as buy it now. So it narrows it down to all the comics in that specific area. I never type in X-Men 94, Fantastic Four number 20. I just write the word comics, and then I refresh. But lately, even if I do an end it now, which you saw a video I did about a week and a half ago of another steal that I got with an MJ variant, I decided that day, instead of doing the first newly listed, I wanted to check the ending soonest, and within literally 5 minutes or less, I ended up winning a book just by checking the ending soonest. People don't understand how you can create and manifest your own reality. Unfortunately, most people think that's crazy talk, and that's perfectly fine. You could think whatever you want, but I want to keep showing people time and time again that I will find steals when most people say they'll never find them, they'll never have them. And then why are you shocked that you're creating the very thing that you say, even though you say it's something you're saying that you don't want? Change that mindset. You'd be amazed at how all of a sudden things will just fall into your lap. So anybody that says that steals are not out there, or anybody that makes videos saying, oh, the prices are too high for a book, so stay away from them, I say to you, just because a million people say one thing doesn't mean it's going to be the same for you. And just because it may be true, their statements of saying a certain comic is just at too high of a price, does not mean you cannot find steals. So this isn't a 9.8. It's not a 5.0. Heck, it's probably not even a 4.0 or a 3.5, but you never know. It's going to be between a 2.5 and 3.5 range. For $79, I'll take it, and I'm sure every one of you would have as well. Because if I said I would list this right now for $200, I would have several people buying it. But this is another book I'm going to get graded, so this way I know what the prices are, because I basically, at this point, anytime I do my auctions, I want to make sure the books are graded first, so you don't have to worry about if it's been restored or there's something missing, and just to know what the grade is. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So once again, before I do today's surprise subscriber shout out, the surprise subscriber shout out is anybody in the live chat that makes at least one comment. You do not have to be a subscriber to get that. So if you want to make a comment really quick, by all means, please do. And again, I'm posting the link to my AI art, because a lot of people have asked me, where do I do my AI art? So that's where the link is. And if you sign up, it's free to do. I will get a couple of credits. I think it's like between 10 and 100, depending on what people do. But it's amazing the deals that can be out there that are not, it's not a coincidence. Please, give it a try. If you don't believe in it and you don't feel it in your heart, it's not going to work. It's not like you just say, oh, cross my fingers and say, I want an Amazing Fantasy 15, and pop, there it is. You cannot do it that way. It will not work. Anybody can think they could fly, but I would not recommend to anybody standing on a cliff saying, I know I could fly, because we all know you're never going to believe it. And if you have that 1 ounce of doubt, you will fall to your death. So I don't recommend anybody trying something that stupid. But when it comes to things like this, if you're just like, that's stupid, but I'll give it a try, you're not really knowing in your heart that it will happen, and it won't happen, which will verify that you had your doubt in the first place, and your mind will say, see, I told you that stuff is nonsense. I tried it and it didn't work. Well, you don't try to do something, you do it. And that's the difference. If you try and do something, you will fail. If you do it, you have a much better chance of success. Prime example, when you had too many beans and you ate too much, let's just say, international food, and you have to use the restroom, you don't try and go to the bathroom. You go. When you're hungry, you don't try and eat. You go and get food. So if you go into the mindset of, oh, that stuff's ridiculous, but hey, I'll give it a try. I don't really believe in it, and I think it's not going to work. Well, that's what you truly feel in your heart. You're just trying to convince yourself otherwise. That's like you standing on the edge of a cliff saying, oh, well, I think I could fly. All I have to do is, like The Secret says in their videos, I just have to believe it and it'll manifest. Doesn't work that way. It's how you truly feel. You ever notice in your life, you'll usually get what you don't want because that's what you believe you deserve, and you feel in your heart you don't deserve better. So even though it's not what you want, you'll get it, and then you'll keep saying, see, I keep getting the same thing over and over again. And it's your heart's way of saying, well, you keep feeling this way, it must be what you want. So you're actually creating your own truth, even though it's not the truth that you want. So I know many people are going to shut off this. Many people are going to roll their eyes. Many people think, oh, Chris is drinking the Kool-Aid and he's wearing the tinfoil hat. But I don't know how many times I could show steal after steal, and it finally gets people to think maybe there is something to it, and they actually change their mindset. You can't say, oh, well, I'm going to give it a shot, or I'm going to give it a try, because you won't know that it works. I know this stuff works. I don't go in there and say, boy, I hope I find a deal today. I go in saying, I'm going to keep flipping the refresh button until I find that deal. And if it doesn't happen today, it'll happen tomorrow. So it's not you cannot have the expectation that as soon as you go and hit the search button on eBay, now all of a sudden 5,000 of your dream comics just arrive on the dollar bin price tag. There will be times where, like I said in the video yesterday, life will call you out on your bullshit. If you try and convince yourself you're not succeeding. It's the difference between saying you love somebody and knowing you love somebody. And I'll use a comparison that'll make sense. You could say to a total stranger you love them. You may even try and convince yourself they're somebody you can fall in love with. But I guarantee you this, if you have a child, you know you love them. There is no question in your mind, unless you're some abuser or some criminal or some psychopath. If you have a child and you look in those babies' eyes, you know and you feel in your heart the love that you have and how much you want to protect that child. That is the difference between knowing and wishing or convincing or hoping or believing. So if you're going to be one of those people that says, oh, I'm going to call out Chris on his BS, I'm going to try the very thing he says and watch, it won't work. Well, that's what you truly feel. And you're going to get the very thing that you truly know in your heart to be true. That what I'm saying is BS in your mind and it won't work. Well, you now get confirmation of the very thing you believe to be true. So you're creating the reality of what you really don't want just to prove you were right. It's a mind screw. But if you get it right, you will be amazed at how much your life will change. And like I said, ladies and gentlemen, if you watch my hour-long video that I did yesterday, I want to show people that it's your choice. And you cannot control what anybody else does, thinks, or says. But you can control what you take out of it and how you react to it. Somebody hands you lemons, make lemonade. Or if you want to be a jerk, squeeze the lemon juice back in their eyes. In other words, do something with it. I wouldn't recommend the second one, though, because then you're not being a nice person. So that is my story, and I'm sticking to it. I don't want to make this an hour-long video. If anybody has any of the comics that you see scrolling on the bottom of my AI art, I would love to do a trade with you. And if there's a comic that's not on that video, and you saw comics that I've done unboxings over the years, and you would like it included, if I think it's worth doing, I will add that into the trade. But I want to show people, by not giving up, that it's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. That if I am consistent with this and know eventually somebody will do a trade with me for one of those books you see scrolling on the screen, one day I will acquire one, if not multiple of those books you see. But you got to start with the first one. And I'm showing that you don't always need to have money in your pocket to get your things that you want in your life. You just have to have your brain. Can you shovel snow? Can you fix somebody's roof? Can you do a plumbing job where if somebody's plumbing is off, instead of paying you cash, they have a comic book you want, and you say, hey, I would have to charge you $5,000 for this plumbing. But if you have a 0.5 Amazing Fantasy 15, give me that and we're square. There's always a way. If you limit yourself to money, then money is become your master and you will be the slave of that master forever. So hopefully this will, as usual, inspire at least one or two people to see that you can change your reality in ways that no one else will ever want you to know. And you want to know why they're going to convince you that this is crazy? The very people that are selling you all their garbage and wanting to keep you under control are the ones that are going to pay enough people to put out there that this stuff is crazy, it's Kool-Aid drinking, tinfoil hat wearing, conspiracy theorist BS. Why? Because they don't want people to know their own true power. Because you can't control people that can think and do things for themselves. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I've been unemployed since October. I don't have disability, even though I would actually qualify for it. I don't have welfare. I don't collect money from the government. My wife is not giving me a salary. I don't have a trust fund. But yet, there's always going to be times where all of a sudden something I wasn't expecting will happen. Remember, guys, most people are afraid of surprises. You ever have a surprise party or a surprise gift? Isn't it fun? But most people, they fear the future instead of look forward to the future. The glass is either half empty or half full. If you have spent your whole life with your thought process of, oh, I'm afraid of the future because I don't know what's coming, and it hasn't given you anything that makes you happy, why don't you give this a try and say, I don't know what's coming in the future. I am so excited to see what's going to come my way and see where it leads. If you think that way, give it a shot. But you gotta know it in your heart. You cannot try and convince yourself. If you try and convince yourself, that means you truly believe in your heart that you don't trust this, and that is what the energy you will truly project, and you will get confirmation of what you truly feel, not what you truly want. Hope for food all you want. Pray for food all you want. Visualize food all you want. You want food, you got to get it. Make the effort. Change your mindset. Or don't. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to share my experience and show you, ladies and gentlemen, which is probably 100% gentlemen, that your world could be so much better for you, to the point where you don't have to work the 9-to-5 job that you hate, be in the relationships or not be in a relationship. You could be happy. You may not have Bill Gates' money. You may not have Brad Pitt's looks. You may not have The Rock's popularity. But you could still be happy and you could still be successful. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Check out my other videos. And if you ever, with the link I posted, if you ever visit my We Love Comics Night Cafe section, leave a comment and say hello. Check out my 1.5 years worth of artwork. Not everything is about comics on there, but there'll be a lot of comic stuff on there that you'll never have seen. All right, let's do today's surprise subscriber shout-outs. I'm going to do 2 like I always do. Amazing Murphinator, have not seen you in a while, sir. Good to see you. You are going to be today's first surprise subscriber shout-out. And then we're going to go with Patrick Mell. You are the second surprise subscriber shout-out. And we're going to go with 3 today. We're going to go crazy. We're going to go all the way back to the beginning. Tom Pun 13. Never seen you here before. I want to reward you with a surprise subscriber shout-out. So, what that means is, I do know that 2 of the 3 people that I called out have YouTube channels. If you have a YouTube channel or a specific video, post the link in the comments section. If you are one of the 3 people that I called out for today's surprise subscriber shout-out. If you'd rather post a link to your social network instead, whatever one you want, that's fine. Or if you sell anything on eBay, Amazon, Etsy, any of those places, and you'd rather post the link to one of your sales, please do. Keep in mind, your videos, your sales, or your network, social network, do not have to be comic book related. They can, because more people here would probably go to them if they are. But if you sell sneakers or make videos about baseball cards, or you do Instagram posts of swimsuits, well, actually, maybe not that one, but anything of at least a child can watch, I will help promote. So when you post a link in the comment section, it will go straight into spam, so you will not see it at first. That means that I have to approve it, so no troll account tries to sneak in and try and promote some porn website. So if you see a link in the comment section, it means it has been approved. So give it a try and support our fellow comic book community to show that we can make a comic book community. I do not know how many people have hit the like button because it no longer shows me anymore. I do not know. Well, there's 66 views right now, and that's amazing for my channel these days. Anybody kind enough to hit the like button? Thank you so much for taking the time to do so. Please leave a comment after the beep, and do not forget, it is not you, it is not I, it's We Love Comics. So when this video uploads, be kind, rewind, and leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about the price I paid for that book, and what was the price you would have paid if you didn't have that chance. Good luck out there. Start feeling. Stop thinking. The brain is the devil. The heart is the angel. The 2 conflicting. Which one do you want to listen to? The one that's always making you think negative thoughts, or your heart that always tells you when you're in the right place? Have a great night. See you tomorrow. I'm going to do a nice shout out to Kim with his random act of kindness, and I wanted to do a separate video for that, but I'm going to do that tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Hopefully you'll come and watch it. And ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to have your trolls spayed or neutered. Have a wonderful night, everyone.